Hey guys, it's me, Ender. I'm back for episode 4, if I remember correctly. I recorded this episode beforehand, and I want to say this, I want to get this out. I recorded this episode beforehand, but my computer turned off on me, so the file got corrupted again. So, yeah, I'm recording this episode, and I gotta get these videos out very soon, because I want to work on the update for the File project. And if you can't hear me, turn on subtitles if you can't hear me. And today we're going over adding animations as well as sounds to your pack. Next video we're going over superpowers, and the video after that, which would be episode 6, would be, well, episode 5. The next one's gonna be about abilities, but episode 6 is gonna be about pouring your alien into another pack. I'll go for depth those one in those episodes, obviously, but I'm gonna go into depth of abilities and not abilities, animations and sounds. Turn the buck file for this. I got my files here. I do have my VS Code in the background, but and you don't mind this. This is a separate pack I'm working on. But go to your tutorial pack and go to assets, and they're going to create a new file called animations. Wait. Go to assets, go to tutorial pack, and create a new file. I mean, not file, folder called animations. In that folder, you're going to add your animation, which I got from Ben. I'm not going over Blockbench stuff. I technically went over that last video, but I'm not going over that in this video. I'm not going over animations. I set them up and all that. That's Blockbench tutorial. Go find those tutorials if you need to know, but this is for if you already have that stuff done, just add to your pack. And here's the animations. In VS Code, if we go down to assets and click on tutorial pack, it's right there. You could have created the folder, just create folder, type in name and do that, but yeah. But now we're not done. Now we're going to add our animations to our render layer. Go to our render layer. And I've done this before, but sadly, it's midway through I was doing this, I got the animations and everything. I was going to show you how to test them out. But yeah, the video my computer went off midway through. So let's add the animation in now. I got an image next to me because I can't remember this half the time, and plus I don't remember I'm not great at spelling, so. We're going to go here before you do your textures and before you do the textures. Press your enter key to make this go down and add quotations. And in the quotations you're going to type in, you can put animation _ file. And I am going to add a template in the description for you. Then add dots, and then you're going to make sure this is spelled right. You're gonna add your pack name or whatever assets is, whatever you named your assets for its tutorial pack. So Oriole _pack dots, and we're gonna find the file for it. So we're just gonna do that by typing animations / and I'm just gonna copy the name. You can just type the name out. Make sure you include JSON as well. Make sure you include JSON as well. .json. Make sure I didn't actually paste it anywhere else. Okay, I didn't. Then now, which animation file is just looking for the file is obviously, but now we're gonna add a comma. Go down here. Then we're gonna add quotations, and we're gonna type animation _ controller. Then we add little square-like marks. I can't remember what these are named. If you know what these named, just follow I'm typing. Sorry, I burped. Enter. And animation controller is basically where you put your animations in. And up here, this is where it just registers the file. I'm going to show you for an idle animation. Buck calls it idle animation. Also, make sure you have animations open, which if you want to keep something open and you haven't changed anything directly, You just go up here, right click this, and keep open. Have this open because you're going to need your animation names. Unless you already have those memorized or something, you're going to need those animation names. And here you're going to add little brackets. I think they're called, I can't remember what they're called, but it's a little these things right here. I can't remember what they're called. I'll literally just try to point my screen. Now we're going to add in name, which is what you're going to name your animation in game. So you call it or whatnot. For this since it's idle, I'm going to call it Buck Wild _ idle. Add comma. Make sure you add the commas in. Also, I need to make sure I add a comma here. And type in file transition. I'm trying to make sure I spell this right. _ tick time 0 trans. So I'm just checking to see if I got the name spelling right, because I'm not great at spelling names. Now we're going to add transition tick time. I think it's like how long the tick lasts or whatnot. Maybe it's in between frames. I don't know. I'm not huge. I don't know a lot about animations myself with Blockbench. If you know what that means, that's great. You type in the comments if you want, but I really don't know much about that. But yeah, I'm not going to show you set animations. I'm not going to show you how to do the animations themselves. I am just simply explaining how to animations in the pack itself. That's a Blockbench thing. But I really don't know much about this. I never really used it yet. If I do know more, I'll probably make an updated video on it, but for now, I don't know much. Now we're going to add in animation, which is file quotations animation, which is your animation itself. Go up here, which you're going to copy your animation name, which this is going to add the animation itself, and boom. Basically, animation file, which I'm repeating to make sure y'all know. Sorry for repeating myself, but animation file is basically looking for the animation itself. Animation controller is like controlling is where you put all your animations in, and this is, for example, an idle animation. Also, I would copy this. Well, actually, I will show you if you don't. Since I add this in, press F3 plus T. So if this works. Last time I did is accidentally crashed the first time. See, the animations are going back. But you see Buckwild's eyes are glitching, and they're not animating right here. It's because it's not like doing those animations, because those are technically different layers on it. So you're going to have to copy this, Control C, copy, and go down here, which I recommend doing this anyway. Like once you get the first one set up, just copy and paste it down all the way down here. Wait, I think no, I didn't pass it. Sorry. Go down here. Always do it for textures. For uniform, and then glow, and F3 plus T. I don't think I did that right. Oh, it's for badge. I put in the wrong spot. That's for badge. Right here, it's for his actual glow. There you go. Yeah. See right there? And now it animates. You see the animation in game. So, yeah. But I'm going to show you another form of animation. If your animation is not idle, but it's going to be active, which I'm going to show you how to set that up. We're going to add a comma here. Wait, I'm going to go up to top before I do that. Go to top. Add a comma. Quotations again. And we're going to set it pretty much the same as before. So we're going to copy this and then paste it in. I'm going to show you how to add in animations by triggers or activation of something. Which we're going to create a new thing. Instead of animation, we're going to create a thing called triggers. Add that. Add a little quotation, little dots, and add that. And here we're going to add a file name. This is wherever your file is. If you have like on and off animation or even animations by trigger, this is what you're going to name it. Which I'm going to name this run_start. that's Buck Wild start running. Since this is like two animations, animation starts and ends. Not all animations do that. Like, I've seen some animations that don't need to do that, but I do recommend to do that anyway. Like, have a start on and off animation. But then again, I don't know much about animations myself. But for Buck Wild, in this case, it's going to have a start and end animation, which I'm going to show you how to set that up. Now I'm going to add quotations, little square brackets, add these, and then we're going to do type in type, then hold, no wait, then play, and hold. I don't know much about animations myself, like I said before. I don't know much. I think this is for holding and whatnot instead of looping. I mean, you could probably customize what you want. If you know a lot more about animations and you know what you're doing, you could change that probably, but I don't know. Again, sorry repeating myself, but I genuinely don't know. Now I'm adding. Now we're gonna add the animation thing, like right here, pretty much. Just extra steps with that one. It's pretty much the same right there. But we're gonna do a different animation file or animation frame. Run on. But now we're gonna add, if you're having animation, if the animation works, then you don't use a start or end animation or something like that, then this is what you set up. This will be fine. But say you have animation that does do that, then you add a comma here, go down, then you add your name, which also it's the same as this. This is basically what you're gonna. Oh wait, I need to name this to Buck Wild Run. Yeah, I forgot to name that. But that's your block animation. All this is in a block. Like, think of this as a singular block, and this is a singular block. Sorry, I'm going off track. But yeah, this is your animation itself. But here's another animation we're adding. Since mine has a start and end animation, two different animations to start and end. This is called. I'm gonna call this run end, and then going to add this. There we go. Now we got this animation in, but we're not done. I'm going to quickly gloss over this, but because this is technically an ability thing, I'll go further in depth in abilities in the next episode, but I'm going to add the abilities of activating the animation. Let me copy this, though. Let me copy these. I'll be right back. Alright, if you want to know how to get your abilities stuff, I'll go in further depth next episode, but you just go to your mods folder. G-Launcher automatically has me to where I can open the folder automatically right there. But if you don't, you can just open your mod pack or whatever folder and go to your mods. Inside mods, like you go here, go right here. Inside mods is a documentation. Click on that, click on that. If you don't see the documentation, just load Palladium. It will create the documentation. We'll go right here, click on abilities. I'll go further in depth. Don't mind these. I'll go further in depth than that. But what you're going to need is an animation timer and render layer animation, which you just click on this. It'll go down here. I'm going to add these in. Mind you, I'm going to go in further depth in next episode about this. So, yeah. Alright, I add the animation stuff. You may actually not need the animation timer. I just usually add it, but you may not actually need this. This is just your timer. Which, again, you go further in depth. Which you can go further in depth by just reading these. It would do explanations. But animation timer, I think, like, controls how much your animation is. Like your values in the animation, like starts to end and all that. I really don't screw with this that much. I usually just add it. But if you know more of that, and when I make the update video of this, I'll probably go in further in depth when I learn about this. But I made a start animation and end animation, which I'm going to quickly explain this. It would need your animation trigger, which is, for this case, this is for the start. It would be Buck Wild start, run start. And controller is basically your controller, animation controller, whatever it's called. Like for this is Buckwild 1, run, and need your render layer. And then enabling, if you're going to have start and end, have it where it be ability first tick and last tick for end. Which is the same, just change the names to end and last tick ability active, which you get from conditions, which you get from here. Yeah. Now I'm going to just /reload and see the animations work. Yep. Well, the animation's a bit screwed up. Oh, now it's like, oh god. Animations are being freaky. I really don't know why. Then again, it's meant for his running animation, so I'm kind of screwing it up. Also, gotta add the animation for his badge to be on there, which, to do that, you just pretty much copy your animation file. Go down here to badge. Add that. And, yeah. I think it's down here, actually. Okay, this is really actually ticking me off. Am I putting in the right spot? I think I am. Yeah, I need to talk to Ben about fixing that animation. But yeah, I'm going to change up the matches running now, so I'll be right back. There you go. I'll definitely have to talk to Ben about fixing the animations. I simply just disabled it for now. Now I'm gonna show you how to add sounds to the game. Alright, I got my files opened, and if you're wondering, I do not, I use Oddity, so I record my sounds usually. I'm not going to show you how to record anything, or get sounds and all, do it in your own time. I just record my own, I'm not going to show you how to use it. Look that stuff up. This is just a tutorial on how to add stuff in. Anyways, we're going to create a folder called Sounds. And that folder, well, I'm going to copy these because I like keeping backups. I'm going to copy these sounds. You have several if you want, but you just copy these and boom. Anyways, you copy these in here. This is your sounds. Now, you could just, now we're going to go to here. And in your tutorial pack, you're going to create a file. Not in the sounds folder, but outside of it, called sounds.json. And here we're going to add little quotations. And I do have an image beside me to remember what I'm doing. And we're going to call this, we're going to add quotations here. This is what your animation sound is going to be named or called, whatever. For this, I'm going to call it, since we're going over Buckwild Split, I'm calling it Buckwild _ split. Add little dots, add that, go down here, create a, I'm going to add a template in there called cat, and I'm going to add a template description. We'll type in create category, which basically be a category of your choice, really. Make sure you spell right, add quotations, which is whatever kind of like ambient, background. In this case, it's going to be player. Add a comma. Create another text called sounds. Add little dots. Add a little of these brackets. Go down here, and we're going to call it. In this case, you just name it which is basically registering where the file's at, or where it's technically at, which in case is called sounds, which is shit I'm going to get since it's already in the tutorial pack. It's weird, I know. Just call it tutorial. Basically, the first half you're going to call it the whatever packs is, wherever this is, which for me it's tutorial pack, so tutorial underscore pack. I'll make sure I spelled tutorial right. Yeah. Add little dots there, and I'm gonna call this buck wild underscore split, which is your file name, like about the .json. I'm gonna make sure I actually not animation sounds. Split. Yep, that's how I spell it. I'm gonna add the other ones in, which you just pretty much. I'm gonna just copy this. Add that. Add a little comma there. Call this speed up, and oh wait, that's speed down. Basically, this is your sound. It's registering itself, which you gotta make sure set name with where it's at, and this is your name of the sound, and that's your category. Which we know sounds in Minecraft like ambience, caves, entities. You know what really that is. So copy this. Well, I'm gonna copy this actually. Add that. Name this down. Okay. Down. Rename this. Copy that. Which I'm just naming it, but you gotta have the same name, so down. But how I know this works, I'm gonna load Minecraft and show you a way to use this. I am loading my world up right now. But how are you wondering if your sounds work? Or if they even work at all? Like, well, in here you're going to type in, let me type in a command to test this out. Type in /play sound, and see they're in game. Oh well, I gotta do player and all. That is weird. It should be playing my sound. Did I spell everything right? I'm just checking if I spelled everything right. I'm about to probably reload the game itself. Well, that sounds to work. See, is the other one. Speed down. Okay. Speed up. Maybe I did something wrong while I was typing the code. Yeah, maybe I did something wrong. Hold on, we'll look over what I did wrong. There you go. I had to, for whatever reason, whatever I wrote in here, I had to I'm gonna add an example in the description, but for whatever reason, I had to literally look back at my old code of sound for the 5 project, copy and paste that in, and then change things around. I don't know why it works now after I did that. Maybe it's in order how you set these up. No, not in the order, but how you set this up. I really don't know why. But now the sound works. This is a split sound. This speeding up sound, which I made myself by recording stuff online. And here's a speeding down sound. I might change these in the future. But yeah, that's the sounds. But how do we, and you could just have it a command ability, which I'll go into depth later, to have it just do play sounds, which I used to do, but now I learned a way to use the ability, which I couldn't use before, called, I'm gonna go over here, called play sound. I could never figure this out before, but now I figured it out. It's something to do with Cube.js, which I'm gonna show you how you set that up. Go to here to your pack, to your latest form to your pack right here. Go to add-on, go to tutorial pack, click on Cube.js scripts. Now we're going to create, well, you can go here actually. And in tutorial pack, we're going to create a new file called sound sounds.js. This is a Cube.js script. I got an image right here, so I could type this in. So we're gonna type start up event dot registry. That this called sound underscore event comma event equal arrow. Now we'll go down here. Oh, whoops. Space, add that, paste down here, go event dot create quotation, little bracket things. Now we're going to add in our sounds right here, which just copy what you call them here. What do you call them here? Like this, and paste this in. Boom. And then you just essentially do the same right here. And it will register the event. Now I'm going to add in the power itself to play the sound, which I'll be right back with. Again, I'm going over the abilities in next video. I got the sound in here to test one. I'm going to add the other ones in, but for example, since this is just going to play a electro sound. So well, I have this ability of a keybind. I should probably make an action instead of held, which will just play the sound. If you want to set it up and change it, you just add in, you do this. Add whatever sound you want, go over here, place this with tutorial underscore pack. Go over to sounds, I'll just copy this. Or you copy the entire thing, I just realized, and paste it in, but yeah. And you can do is vanilla sounds, even wide sounds and all that. But that registry, that Cube.js thing is needed to register the sound. Okay. And also pitch, volume, based on how loud you want the pitch, you can change how the pitch is. And looping, if you want to loop, you can play just for yourself or play it for others. Or both, basically. But now it would naturally play. I'm going to set the rest up. I'm going to show you how it works in game. Alright, I done added all of these in. I'm going to see if it works in game now. Yep, those are added, and I did also give them names. Let me see if I spelled those wrong. Slash. I don't know why those sounds are not working. They should be. I mean, what if I said this is true? Never really screwed the play sound. We'll definitely screw around with more. That works. I'll definitely screw around with it more. I don't know why those are not working. But yeah. I'm gonna definitely change this up to 7 being activated by keybind sound and all that. By ability, but also I do want to show something real quick. I discovered this while I was like experimenting But Alien Codex, when you change your thing, normally I thought you had to like close it up and had no way to make it to where it could load in game. But now, if I were to say, I'm gonna give myself /give self block I'm gonna do iron. Either I'm blind or I can't find out there is. Oh, I just typed this. Anyway. Block of iron. Now instead of closing the game and reloading it, I could just type in /cube.js reload startup scripts. And now, well, let me fix that. Now it's a block of iron. So you don't have to close and reload your game. That's something I discovered, and I am very glad. Because I remember that, but I completely forgot about it until I just recently remembered it had something like that. So now you can just change the background. Nice. Next video I'll be going over abilities. Apologize for my repeating constantly in this video. But yeah, hope this video was very informative and such. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody.